funky tunes to bring in your Monday.
Yeah.
Why do I always think that open is so
DJ's been on
weird?
point today.
Yes. What's up, Craig, director? Good to have you. And good to have you at home, everyone. Welcome to the 12 Today After Show. I'm Emma Jade alongside Mike Gonzalez and Jen Wall. We're all here together. Poor Jen Wall had to do traffic and weather this morning.
I tell you what, you did a great job. Kudos to you.
Great job.
I just feel bad for viewers because towards the end, I start talking and this little guy here just starts pressing and I'm like, and you're out in Phoenix, and I think it's going to rain today, and I'm just going to step aside for a second.
Talk about how crazy the rain was this weekend.
Yes,
I was actually very thankful that it happened on the weekend because I felt like we could enjoy it a little bit more rather than driving to and from work in it.
The crazy thing is I got caught at Grand and McDowell by the fairgrounds, so we covered it later in our later newscasts on Saturday.
Was it closed?
No, well, the crazy thing is I was coming towards downtown, and I have a new perspective on this being new to Arizona, so I did not see it coming. And the water just started rushing and rushing and rushing, and cars were getting stalled. And I'm in back of a car, and I'm like, move, lady, move. So I drove around her, and it was just building, and I couldn't believe how quickly it built.
So you literally got caught
caught in one, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to be on the news later tonight with my vehicle getting swept away. I felt my tires getting lifted.
No way.
And I'm like, no, this is not happening to me. So, but you don't realize how quickly it happens because you come up on an intersection, and there you get engulfed in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I was able to wiggle my way out, but people were getting stuck, and
it's my nightmare.
It is
my nightmare here.
not fun. Not fun at all.
I gotta say, that's not a mistake for someone from out of state. Anyone in state could have gotten stuck
and
in
people got caught. So
we're not used to 2.19 inches in one day in Phoenix across the entire valley. I mean, a lot of times you get these thunderstorms and it's 3 inches falling very quickly in this one little neighborhood. This was widespread.
It was a wide swath. You know, driving into downtown, it was everywhere, and certainly along Grand and on the periphery of the valley, I-10 near, I think it was like around 45th. So it was just a mess. But I have a new real perspective on that to say, you know, we always say, look at those dumb people that drove into that. But
maybe they didn't mean to.
Right, no, I totally drove into it. You couldn't see it till you got there, and it just swallowed up my vehicle. And luckily, I got out of there literally just in time, because about 15 minutes later, people were getting stuck right and left. They actually had to close the fair on Saturday.
Yeah, they did.
And so it was a mess, but thank goodness I got out of there.
Wettest October on record.
Yeah, wettest October on record. We broke records that day.
And how far ahead are we in the rain game?
More than 2.5 inches of rain than we should have for the year. That is incredible.
That's
so
good.
That is incredible.
The Pacific Northwest, and so when Mike moves here, we're telling him, oh my gosh, you just have to make it to Halloween, Mike.
Yeah.
Because it gets so hot.
Oh, it's so hot. And then here we are with like tropical
Apparently I brought the rain and the weather with me. So I am liking the temperatures. You guys got to be loving it, huh?
Oh, yes.
Every time though, because you filled in all last week too, and we just kept saying, this is not Phoenix.
No,
this really is
so crazy.
It is just amazing. Okay, guys, one of the big talkers that we had this morning is kind of interesting. We want to hear from you if you agree with this. Millennials are turning their backs on booze. Forbes cites a number of reasons more people are staying sober. One of them being because it's what their parents did. So their parents boozed up and they don't want to. Getting drunk is seen as uncool, even embarrassing. Another reason, money. A study revealed that 28% of young millennials ages 24 to 31 prefer to drink at home because they believe it's too much effort to go out.
Wow.
Why? Well, 74% said it's more relaxing, but a large amount pointed to cost, saying popping bottles at home is much cheaper. Forbes says having a sober connection with people is something that more people are bragging about. So I looked up the article on Forbes. I want to go through some of the top 10 reasons. The first one was you can experience more connection.
Okay.
So when you're going out, wasted, then you can talk to the person.
Well, you could barely hear when you go out to a bar or a nightclub. You know, it's, what'd you say?
The next one, you can live in alignment with your values.
Okay.
So millennials are investing more in values, which that's a good thing, right? Sounds good. You can confront conflict sustainably.
That sounds like a millennial.
You can handle problems. Yeah. You can get more in touch with your body, which I thought was kind of interesting. No longer relying on alcohol as a crutch has led to a profoundly deep relationship with the body. So people being more conscious of what they're eating, what they're putting inside of their bodies. You can experience more productivity. You can access deeper presence. You can step into a healthier lifestyle, experience an elevated mood state, become more societally apt, and you can get high naturally.
Interesting.
So yoga and exercise.
Oh, okay. I was thinking the other.
Well, I will say this.
Yes.
I will say this about millennials.
Yeah. Here we go.
They're way more open to experimenting with marijuana, just because, especially coming from Washington State, where it's been legal for the past 4 or 5 years. I've noticed that particular age group has shunned alcohol, like they're saying, and they're replacing it with marijuana, thinking, well, you know, marijuana should have been legal all these years, and alcohol causes much more problems and destruction, fights, DUIs. I mean, we see it every day on the news. So I feel like they're in a different space. Plus, they accept more. I feel like millennials have been exposed to more things, in a sense, because of the internet and the way they've grown up with all this media coming their way. So they're more open to different things. And I can see looking at your parents as like, oh, that's the group that just gets drunk.
Kind of the older generation.
Yeah, exactly. So we're doing things differently. Because they are an independent group, that's for sure.
It's interesting to hear millennials, the younger ones, not drinking, because you think, well, once you get older, you stop drinking because you have kids and you just can't.
Right.
Most of the time, you know. So it's interesting to hear that here. But our assignment editor posted this in the comment section, Eric Watson. So if you want to see that, I'll read it for you. It says, here are all of the things millennials have been accused of killing.
Here we go.
Number 1 is beer. So that adds up. Number 2, J. Crew.
Oh,
J. Crew.
I haven't heard of J. Crew in a while.
Interesting.
Yeah, you don't hear that.
Number 3, department stores.
Yeah.
Motorcycles. Excuse
Motorcycles.
me. Diamonds. I haven't heard that one. It's random.
Oh, that kind of makes sense, though, because I have a lot of friends who, I mean, I was the same. I didn't want to get a big diamond. Yeah, look at you.
Wow.
You're wearing a plastic ring, for goodness sake.
But I have an excuse.
You're one of the millennials. Diamonds, okay.
No, these are nice for working out, by the way. Diamonds, golf. We've heard of that.
Golf.
Number 7 is bar soap. I feel like that's been dead for a long time.
Yeah.
Bar soap all the time.
So do I.
Okay. Number 8 is college football.
College football.
I don't know. We see the stands.
I have to dispute that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 9 is lunch. So what do you do? Snack?
Yeah.
Breakfast and dinner. And number 10
Whole
is
Foods.
McDonald's. So I guess you have
No,
In-N-Out
there's
and
no way.
Chick-fil-A
Ask
instead.
some college students out there.
Yeah, McDonald's.
I don't know. I was at the taco festival yesterday. I saw a lot of millennials drinking and shaking their tail feather.
Doing just fine.
There was, they had this middle kind of tent there.
I don't know if they were really shaking their tail feather or just trying to stay above the mud.
Yeah, I don't know what, we walked by
Uneven
there.
ground.
And we're like, whoa, what's going on in there? It looked like a club in that house, and there wasn't many older folks in there.
You know what I found interesting about this Forbes article is that mainly, I mean, the 10 things that they point to as why millennials aren't drinking anymore is just health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. I mean, our nation is a lot more health conscious. There's health reports going out every day. This is good for you. That's bad for you. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It'll be something else next week.
When you get older, you just don't want the hangover. That's what I find. It's like, oh, how did I do that when I was younger?
Hey, speaking of skipping out on the booze, let's get to our freshly squeezed juice, shall we? The royal family getting ready to welcome a new member. Kensington Palace has announced Duchess Meghan Markle is preggo.
Yay.
Pregnant. Yep.
You're excited
The
about
news
this
comes.
one,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, I just love the royals so much. Almost too much. The news comes as she and Prince Harry are set to begin their first big international trip as a married couple. It's unknown if this will change their busy schedule because they are scheduled to make a total of 76 appearances over 16 days. When you do the math, that's a lot. The couple got married actually back in May. Baby's expected next spring. So the announcement and the timing is interesting. His cousin, Princess Eugenie, got married over, what was it, Friday or Thursday? So she just got married.
Yeah, I think it was Thursday or Friday.
At Windsor Castle. And Meghan was wearing like a coat dress. And it was just a box. And I think that's when everyone was like, come on, just tell us. And then they touched down, and I don't know if they landed in New Zealand or Australia this morning. I can't remember which place they landed in to start their royal tour. And she was carrying a bunch of notepads that were covering her belly. And everyone was saying, well, that's a job for an aide, not for a duchess.
Yeah.
And then right after that, they tweeted out that she's pregnant.
She couldn't
right
hide it
after
any
that,
longer.
right after all the headlines and everything, they tweeted it out, they posted it on Twitter, and then everyone just went crazy. So they're due in the spring of 2019. Do the math a little bit. Usually people don't announce until, what, 3 months?
Yeah.
So they were married for maybe a month.
Yeah. I mean, it could be like June, July.
Yeah. And then they,
That's exciting. Those cousins, close in age.
There was a lot of pressure on her coming into the royal family, not only because of her background being American, also divorced, but also being older than Harry by quite a bit. I mean, she's 37, he's just turned 34. So there is quite the age gap. And then, of course, as you get closer to 40, people start, have a hard time getting pregnant. Yeah, you do have a harder time, and that your pregnancy is more at high risk. I was talking to my OBGYN, and he said at 35 is after that. Right. You're considered it's a
advanced
word.
Maternal age.
Yes.
And I've heard some women tell me,
I
don't think this happens in Arizona because I was asking, but some women tell me in other states they have to wear a red bracelet in the hospital.
And you're only 35 years old, for goodness sakes. And people are having babies way later in life.
My wife had a baby at 42, so Tyler,
Yes.
My
mom had
her
her twins at 38, I believe. You actually have a higher chance of having multiples when you're later in life, too.
Yes, you
But
do.
they do monitor you really closely. It was incredible to go through the
Yeah.
process, because there was at one point, they even had to stick a needle in her belly and extract
Oh,
something,
wow.
just to make sure their chromosomes were all right. So, going through the process at I don't even want to say at the advanced stage, but it is quite a process, because they do keep a close eye on you.
It's hard to hear, at 35 and older that you are,
Right, you're not old at that point.
But you need to be honest with yourself. These doctors know what they're talking about, and obviously they're saying, and they're checking you for a reason, because there's just more things that can go wrong when you're later in life and having a baby that late. So
I had to ask my doctor about it, because I will have this baby just under 35.
Yes.
So I won't have to do any of that, but when we were thinking about waiting a little longer until we're 35, I was like, okay, so how does this work? Like, the minute you turn 35, does everything just switch on the inside, And she was just kind of saying, if you've had healthy babies before, yes, we monitor you, but it's not like an overnight thing. It's more like once you're closer to 40. But if it's your first child and you haven't had one yet, maybe you are 37, then you are monitored a little closer. So, yeah, it's really interesting. And thank God for medicine that they are able to just keep an eye.
It is incredible.
Everybody happy and safe.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what that conversation was like, though. Hey, I'm getting old, so right when we get married, we need to have a baby. Because there is so much pressure on the royal family to produce heirs.
What is she, third in line or something like that?
No.
I don't know.
This baby will be seventh in line.
Seventh in line, okay.
So it'll live a life like Harry did, which is like,
gotcha.
I don't care, I'm having fun. I'm never going to be king, so let's just king or queen. So I'm going to just enjoy everything. So it's seventh in line.
Yeah,
it's got quite a bit to go.
You got a few people that need to,
Right, but it will also be interesting because, of course, everyone wants to know how her family, Meghan's family, is going to react. Her and her father do not speak. Her half-sister is very vocal about how she's been axed out of her entire life. So now to bring a grandbaby into the picture,
that's tough.
What do you do? So interesting. I care too much.
Well, we're gonna we know what source to go to now.
I know.
You haven't quite reached stalker level, but
close.
You're close.
Yeah, close enough.
So do you wonder if the baby's going to have red hair? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I was wondering.
It's so cute.
That's another reason why I think he kind of went with her, because he's been embarrassed about his red hair. Like I said, too much.
So maybe red hair is a great selection.
Can you imagine how beautiful that would be?
We'll see. Exciting to think
about.
He's
embarrassed about his red hair.
Really? I didn't know that.
Being called a ginger and everything. He's teased horribly for it.
I love it.
Yeah, so you wonder if he chose like a dark-haired girl for a reason. He was like, oh, your genes will trump mine. So
I feel like he pulls off the red hair well. He's one of those.
I love it.
You don't even think, oh, he's a ginger.
I married a ginger. Yeah, and I have ginger kids, and I thought my Greek genes would trump him, but nope, didn't happen for us. So we got 2 strawberries. Sweet. So no, it's so funny. Okay, so we are talking also this morning. Another big talker was really scary haunted houses, and unfortunately, Monica went. In our In Case You Missed It segment, something that maybe you do want to miss. But Monica at the 13th floor, take it away.
Here it is. It's the 13th floor. My tour has officially begun. Here I am. Okay, so this is touted as one of the scariest places in Phoenix. My heart is beating. Okay, so what's cool about this, I'm going to try to tell you all about it and not get scared, is that they have over 60,000 square feet of fun and scares. They really put a lot of I'm sorry, attention to detail. And you will be going through this like this, but usually you go in with groups of people, and I have Jacob here. Jacob, how are you? Okay, rightfully so to be scared, right?
Well, that's what we're trying to do, so yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right, join me on this walk. So I'm not by myself with this. Okay, so what room are we going through right now?
Well, right now we're in our mansion. It's an old classic set. It actually has some historic value in our industry. It started in Utah and came here. So this is about pieces that are over 20 years old and bring their own haunts with them.
Okay, here we go. There we go. I can see them. Alrighty, and you guys are one of the most popular haunted events in Phoenix, right?
Yeah, you know, we're the largest indoor, and we've been doing this. We're all over the country. So
Sorry. Go ahead.
Surprises around every corner. He's gonna keep saying hi, so.
He's like, oh, well, hello. Hi. Alrighty, so you've already kicked off. You want people to come out. You guys are extremely popular. And not for the faint of heart, but you do want the teenagers to come out here, right?
Well, we hit all ages. We shoot kind of like a PG-13 to try to open it up to more groups. But yeah, there's gonna be scares that may not be for everybody.
Oh my gosh, and who is this? Who's that?
Oh, this is Rusty Buckets. He's been around probably longer than need be, but we just can't seem to get rid of him.
He likes it here.
I think so. You know, customers and our family, our creatures here seem to stick around and keep coming back.
As much as I don't want to look around, you can't help but do so because there's a lot of attention to detail that's played here because you guys really put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah, you know, that's the most popular question. Like, okay, what do you do the other 10 months of the year? And this is actually a year-round job for us. So we're constantly creating. We're doing it 360 degrees, every which way you look. You know, I'm only saying slow down the pace, enjoy the show. Of course, at the same time, we're scaring you forward. So come on out and check it out.
What I like about it is it's going to take you about 45 minutes to get through here.
Yeah, you know what helps with that is we have two shows out here. So one of them is a more traditional haunted house. It has, like, where we're at right now, that's the original traditional show.
What is that? What is that? Okay.
Yeah, that's Grandpa again. So one traditional and one more modern, very open. We want to throw you in the action. So that one has a lot of things that are sensory that you're going to walk over, floors that move, and things like that.
I-17 and Bell Road, if you dare. I gave you a sneak peek, and you know, it's a good thing I wear my hairspray today.
I was going to say, are they allowed to touch you?
Live from somewhere scary. Back to you.
You know what, Monica? You're actually quite brave, sister.
Yeah.
There was a lot of moments that they were jumping out, and you're kind of the more quiet scared.
Yeah, because those guys are creepy.
I'll say. It's horrifying. Poor Monica. Bless her heart.
She did
Really?
amazing.
She was a trooper, though.
She did do amazing. Those are scary.
Because those places are scary.
Yes.
I was sharing. It's sort of like, it's not necessarily that it's scary in a sense, but then your mind starts playing tricks on you. You're like, what if somebody in here is a little crazy?
That's the unknown.
Or what always got me when I was a kid was the chainsaw. With the guy would come.
Yes.
It's always at the end.
Yeah.
You smell the gasoline,
You'd be like,
so you know it's real.
Is that a real chainsaw?
Yeah. That's the 13th floor. Again, she said 17 and Bell. So you can go and check it out. I do hear that there are lines, especially on weekends, so maybe go earlier so then you can skip out on stuff like that. It's the top 5 or in the top 5 for scariest haunted houses in the country. So you know this is one of the best ones.
I gotta check that out.
I don't know if I want to.
No, I'll stay.
I've done stories over there before, and they stayed in character the entire time that I was out there for a live shot. I've been like, the cameras are off. You can talk to me. Like, we could be human beings, right?
Well, it takes a long time to get. I can't believe how long you're actually inside there.
45 minutes to go through the whole thing. I'm used to like a 15-minute haunted house at the most.
And that feels like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
45 minutes probably feels like 3 hours.
45 minutes in that haunted house. For more information, you can always go to our website, 12news.com. All right, everyone. Any last-minute comments from folks?
So I want to say Eric Watson didn't stop at 10. There are 69 things that millennials are killing. So you can go to our comment section on this post on Facebook. You can read them. Number 69 is oil, which is so random.
Oil, really? I thought this was kind of funny.
Is this just a list that he came up with himself?
I don't think so.
Like
He probably got it from somewhere. 68 is Banks' baby names. Is 67. Yeah, they get a little ridiculous towards the end, but there are some good ones in there.
Yeah.
Martin says millennials are ruining everything. I can see the coming of a wave of craft breweries, distilleries, wineries, etc. Closing their doors. Whatever will we do then? Question mark.
Oh gosh, I guess we'll have to wait and see, but you can bet 12 News will have a cover for you because we do a millennial trashing story every day when the majority of us are millennials.
Yeah.
I think great to be here.
What's the official millennial age?
I believe it's isn't 1983 the cutoff?
Is that what it is?
I
1983?
think it is. Don't quote me on it, but that sticks in my brain for some reason.
I'm not a millennial.
Someone post it in the comment section so then we know.
I'm an old guy.
You're an old guy. Smart. This old guy's got to get ready 45. For his today's show cut-in.
I know.
All right, everyone. Have a great day. Happy Monday. Hopefully you get some more rain today. We'll see what happens. When's it supposed to hit?
Later this evening. Off and on, possible isolated throughout the day, but the best chance is this evening and snow in the high country. I am so excited.
Get out and enjoy it, everyone, while these temperatures last. Have a great day.